Well, actually, it was my first tour. On the plane, I met this this girl from Amsterdam, and she was just telling me how amazing and Langtang was, and so that was, I just decided that was my first stop. Yes.
Yeah. So you go there, and I mean, obviously tragic events would happen, but where were you when the earthquake hit?
Well, I was on a bus. What had happened was I was climbing in Langtang with my guide, and I want to mention my wonderful guide. He was just fabulous. His name was Har. He called me Mum, and I called him Har. We were hiking in Langtang, and it's very, very hard. And what happened was my right leg ended up getting hurt very badly, and I couldn't lift it up. So we had to quit 2 or 3 days, you know, 1, 2, 3 days, I don't even remember now, but 1 or 2, 3 days early. And my guide says that's why we're alive, because it ended up that we had to quit a little bit early. Where I was on a bus, and it was quite scary. I actually did not understand what was happening right at the very beginning. The bus was going like this, and you know how scary that would be, and then there was dust flying all over the place, and he grabbed me and was running with me out the bus. Everybody was trying to get out of the bus. And then we just stood there and watched landslides going everywhere. You really had to watch. There was a lot of landslides. So the bus going into Langtang. Langtang was hit very, very, very hard. Well, no, it ended up the bus was okay, but at the beginning, I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're going over the cliff, because I don't know if you've been to some of those places where the cliff is a real big cliff. And so it was quite scary about that. The bus didn't go over, everything was fine, it was good. So at the beginning we were all just kind of chatting, and you know, like all the foreigners, and there was many, many local people on the bus too.
So that happens, and I mean, obviously you guys are stuck up there now.
Yeah, we're stuck up there because, you know, you could see the landslides. People were using phones, getting through, sort of, not really. You know, like the communication was very bad, but then, you know, there was a lot of people on motorcycles going and seeing what was happening. And all of the foreigners, they ended up walking back into Kathmandu. And I'm the slowest, so my guide and I, we were walking together, and it was very scary because you had to listen and you had to look for landslides. I mean, it was very, very scary.
So then you get down to the safe area?
No, we did not get to the safe area. What happened was we walked, I don't know, I think it was like 6, 8 hours, and we ended up in a town. And so we, you know, it was getting dark, so my guide and I, Har, we stayed overnight. And we ended up staying in this very nice, these people's home, not home, but it was a cafe. And we just stayed there, kind of, they put benches, and, you know, the doors were open so that we could run out. Because you run when there's an earthquake, you know, because buildings topple. So, yeah, and it was wonderful, you know. I had a really nice, I mean, I was terrified of the tremors because they happened all night, but I ended up meeting these 2 wonderful teenage girls. And they were teaching me Nepali, and we were having a really nice time. And every time there was a tremor, one would grab this arm, one would grab that arm, and they took me to safety. It was fabulous. It was really, really good. But it was very, very, very scary with the tremors.
And talk about your guide. I mean, you said that he never left you alone.
Nope, he was always there, and when I was with the girls, he was always looking. He was always there. He was fabulous. Even after he found out that he lost his house, I was his only concern. sorry, I'm going to start crying. He was fabulous.
And that's the thing. That just shows the dedication of that. I mean, here's a guy, he's there with you, for you, and going through this. I mean, when he found out, I mean, it was pretty traumatic for him too.
Oh, no. I could see he was scared. He was very, very scared, and always looking for the landslides when we were walking. It ended up the next day, we started at 4:30 in the morning, started walking back to Kathmandu. I'm a slow walker, so, but you know, and I kept apologizing, I was so slow, and he just kept reassuring me that we were, you know, everything was good. Although you could see in his face he was scared, just like me. I mean, everybody was scared. Everybody, you know, talking with everybody, you know, after everybody talks about where were you, you know, and everybody was scared in that country.
For good reasons, too. I mean,
7.8, 7.9, whatever it was, I don't even know.
And
it was.
Infrastructure is not where it should be.
Oh, no. I have many photos that before and after, it's
crazy.
It's crazy. I got to Kathmandu, and in Kathmandu, everybody was sleeping on the streets. My tour people took me in like their family. We stayed in a schoolyard, and we did sleep inside. You know, the schools there are different than we have here, but you know, it's right, you know, on the ground, and so we stayed in the school. I was with their, like, there was a whole row of us of their family, and I was right with their family, and every time there was a shake, I mean, you know, we got up and ran out of the building into, you know, it was really scary. But I remember I didn't sleep, you know, because we ended up not getting into Kathmandu until the second day. And we hadn't slept that night, even though we stayed at, you know, those nice people's home. Yeah.
Now you're home, and pretty thankful that you're home.
I like my bed. I mean, many people have been wonderful. And last night, you know, I went to the Rotary dinner last night, and it felt good that people were giving, because I know so many people don't have homes, and sorry.
No, that's okay. No, that's my point I'm trying to make. I guess is you're home here now, and now you're basically reaching out to everybody else.
I am reaching out to everybody. I really want people to be conscious of where they're going to send their dollars, because let's make every dollar count. Pretty soon, I mean, May, June, the rains are coming in Nepal. And so in Langtang, I do know, going there was beautiful. You saw the homes, wonderful. Walking back into town, I saw devastating homes. No homes. I mean, people are homeless there now. So I personally would like, I'm going to be at the farmer's market, I personally would very much like people to come. If everybody in Red Deer gave $1, I can get a house for my har, right? And then also another one just now that I have learned about last night, it was the Rotary, they are sending tents, which are so needed. So those are the two organizations for sure. And I do know Celeste Walker. She is a girl in town, and I do know that she is, you know, saving money, or, you know, with her business, and she is also knowing where the money is going to go, where it's going to make a difference. So please just be cautious and find out. Just, you know, I remember Haiti, people gave and gave and gave because we're so wonderful in Canada, and we give. But then after, everybody was saying, well, where did that money go? So I do know the Rotary in town. I do know that 100% there's no administration costs. I do know that those tents are going to get to people. And I do know that I'm going to save that money for her.